You hear a lot of MAGA supporters say they like Donald Trump because he talks the way we talk, across the kitchen table. Somehow, in this breaking story, when it comes to women, I somehow doubt that. Because we, of course, all remember the infamous, just grab them by the pee. That. But on top of that, Donald Trump still has no filter. And when it comes to the Epstein files, which is not what this story is about, it makes you understand if someone has no filter and is inappropriate out in public about certain things, there's a really good chance what he may or may not do in private. And Donald Trump has a long history, as it is in this breaking story, of saying extraordinarily weird, gross, inappropriate things about women very close to him. I mean, just take what he said about his own dang daughter. This.
Ivanka is a successful, Ivy League-educated businesswoman, author, and mother. She's now helping run his campaign and introduced her father at the Republican convention. Yet at times, his fatherly praise is downright cringeworthy, like on The View in 2006.
I said that if Ivanka weren't my daughter, perhaps I'd be dating her.
Stop it! Oh, it's so weird. Stop it. You know what? You are sick.
Yeah, he said that.
Far from protecting his daughter from being talked about as a sex object, he has encouraged it multiple times. On Howard Stern's radio show in 2004 and then again in 2006.
By the way, your daughter,
She's beautiful.
can I say this? A piece of ass.
Yeah.
She looks more voluptuous than ever.
She's actually always been very voluptuous.
Oh yeah, he let someone else say that about his daughter.
She's tall. She's almost 6 feet tall.
In May, Ivanka described herself as a feminist while defending her father on CBS after a scathing New York Times article about his alleged negative treatment of women.
Is there unending commentary on the female form?
No. I've known my father obviously my whole life, and he has total respect for women.
Please welcome the lovely Ivanka Trump.
Still, even Ivanka seemed confused when talk show host Wendy Williams asked about things the two have in common.
What's the favorite thing you have in common with your father?
Either real estate or golf.
Donald, with your daughter?
Well, I was going to say sex, but I can't relate that.
Donald Trump has always been proud of his daughter. And he was front row when Ivanka took to the catwalk during her short-lived career as a fashion model. Still, Donald Trump repeatedly points out how hot his daughter is, saying last year in a Rolling Stone article, "Yeah, she's really something, and what a beauty that one, if I weren't happily married, and, her father."
My daughter, Ivanka.
Yeah.
She's 6 feet tall. She's got the best body.
Yeah, she's hot.
So if you haven't noticed, Trump has a couple of really interesting key blonde women around him, known as Pam Bondi, the Attorney General, and of course, his press secretary, Karoline Leavitt. And in this breaking story, look at what he just said about her with her in the room. Holy smokes, this story.
If you don't want to answer this, I didn't realize she'd be in the room, but she's on my list. Karoline Leavitt.
She's become a star. It's that face, it's that brain, it's those lips, the way they move like she's a machine gun. Is she in the room?
She's in the room.
She's a star, and she's great. She's a great person, actually, but she's, I don't think anybody has ever had a better press secretary than Karoline. She's been amazing.
Yes, it is somewhat mind-blowing and leaves you virtually speechless. Now listen, in my life, I am very much a smart aleck, no doubt. And there'll be many people who would tell you that often, in terms of jokes or comments or whatever, I push it right up to the line. But we're talking about the President of the United States, and we're talking about being in an interview, and you're talking about your press secretary who's sitting in the same room. And that comes out of your mouth, and if you watch it real close, when he says those lips, he has a moment of pause, and then he manages just to say, and they're like a machine. Ooh, boy, was he close to saying something else in his 79-year-old mind. This is the president, and this is what he just said about his press secretary. If you said that in today's world, let's pretend in a conference room of 12 or 14 people, and you said that about your secretary, your executive assistant, you said it about your colleague, whatever it may be, that would be a really difficult moment to squirm out of. Well, Donald, while the Epstein files are literally being adjudicated in the court of public opinion, just so you know, Everybody can glance back and start finding pictures of Karoline Leavitt when she was 12 or 14 or 16 years old, just as they do with pictures of you with your daughter on your knee, and wonder, yeah, he's not only on the list and he not only went to the island, boy, he probably wishes Karoline Leavitt was there in so many ways. This man is exactly who you think he is. You guys stay frosty.